Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Ben from JBM Sports Media coming at you guys with my boxing reaction / breakdown / analysis, however you guys want to put it, of the Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopes. I would say the whole main card right here. And we got to go straight right off the bat to this dominant victory by Shakur Stevenson. Real quick, before we do get into it, I will say I'm a little bit congested right now, a little bit stuffed up, kind of under the weather, kind of not. Hopefully, it doesn't affect the way that you guys hear me in this video or see my nose kind of red. So I just want to say I apologize for that. But no matter what, we have to get into these predictions, or not predictions, reactions. I apologize. I'm a little bit thrown off. Shakur Stevenson, what a dominant victory this was for him right here. Every time that Teofimo Lopes tried to even come close to him in this fight, Shakur was finding a way to hit him with some beautiful counters. And there was even moments in this fight where Teo would go back into his corner after a round where clearly he was losing. I think it was 119 to 109 in the scorecards. I think Shakur might have pitched a shutout if you ask me. But there was moments in this fight where Teo would go back to Teo Sr. in the corner, and Teo Sr. would be like, "What are you doing? You're gonna hate yourself tomorrow. You gotta let your hands go, basically. You gotta hit him." All that was easier said than done, Teo Sr., because when you have a fighter that's going against how Shakur performed tonight, that was going to be hard. That was going to be super hard. I think Shakur really showed how beautiful this sport of boxing is when it's mastered, and that's what he did tonight. He mastered it to perfection. Look at the numbers right here. We'll go over the total punches numbers. Shakur Stevenson landing 165 compared to Teofimo's 72. He doubled it and some more. And he threw 372 compared to Teo's 468. He was great with this percentage of how many he landed. I'll say this, that jab that Shakur Stevenson has, it's obviously got to be one of the best in the whole world. I'll throw this question out to you guys as well. After this fight right here, and after this dominant win by Shakur Stevenson, where do you see him right now placed in the top 5, at least pound for pound? Are you guys saying top 5, top 10? There's an argument where you could say top 5. I would maybe, you know what? I would honestly be very curious to see your guys' opinion of where do you see Shakur Stevenson, either top 10, top 5, pound for pound. Let me know in the comment section. I'm actually very curious to see that. I personally would have him in my top 10. I don't know about top 5, at least not yet. I'll be very curious. We'll get into, obviously afterwards in the fight, Benn coming into the ring. We'll get into that in a second, because obviously I would love to see that fight at 147. Regardless, not taking nothing away from Shakur in this fight. Beautiful fight. And it looked like there was like 2 rounds in that fight where he was like, not really trying these 2 rounds. But no matter what, he was countering in those 2 rounds like nothing. He was making sure, yeah, this guy's not hitting me. Every time he comes close, I'm making him pay. Even Teal was a little bit cut up. And you saw Shakur's corner. I mean, such beautiful advice. Keep it going with that 1-2. You even heard Shakur in the corner saying, he's not stronger than me. And afterwards he said it was a mismatch. And truly, I mean, the way he made it seem, it was an absolute mismatch, the way he bullied Teo all night. Shout out Shakur. Man, like I said, there was a lot of Shakur haters. I wasn't one of them, but I'll say this, and I'll be honest, I didn't have him winning this fight. I actually picked Teo at Teo my parlay at plus 235, I believe it was, on FanDuel. At Teo winning this fight, I was wrong. I'll admit it. Very interested to see where Teofimo Lopes goes after this fight. Will he split with his coach, more so like, obviously, his pops, Teo Sr.? I doubt it, but maybe something that he has to consider to kind of like revamp his career, because I do believe Teo's still an extremely talented fighter. It's just he got absolutely, dominated tonight. It was a mismatch. When Shakur said that afterwards in the locker room, I absolutely agree with Shakur Stevenson. We had Terrence Crawford trolling Teo afterwards. I don't think Teo is a garbage fighter at all. I just think he was outclassed tonight. I'm very interested to see where he goes next. Shakur, we're talking about where he goes next. Afterwards, my guy Benn came into the ring. Shakur called out Benn. He came into the ring. They had a little bit of a face-off. This fight, I would love to happen at some point later on in 2026. I do believe if this fight does happen, though, they would need a rehydration clause. Even Shakur mentioned it right now in this exchange when it was going down. I would love to see this fight. I think this would be a little bit more of a difficult fight for Shakur, even though it looked like Shakur came in a little bit more heavier than Teo in this fight. And that to me is a little bit surprising. I thought Teo was going to come in a little bit more heavier. Looked like he came in at like maybe 145, 146. Actually, look, Shakur came in at like 148, it looked like. It really did. And I feel like he was able to kind of, show that it was that mismatch with him being a little bit stronger in the ring. However, when he goes up to face Benn, man, I don't know. I don't know. He's going to need a rehydration clause, because if there's no rehydration clause in a fight like that, I'm not necessarily sure how Shakur would fare well in a fight against Conor Benn at 147 with no rehydration clause. So that's something to keep an eye on. I would love to see this fight. Would you guys love to see this fight between Conor Benn and Shakur Stevenson at 147? And should there be a rehydration clause? Let me know in the comment section, yes or no. Kind of going back to wrap it up with this Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopes main event. I know I was watching Unk and Ocho talk about it on Nightcap, and they were kind of saying that, I wouldn't pay over $3,000 to go in and watch Shakur Stevenson, because in boxing, they want the knockouts, they want the thrill. In 10 extent, I get when Unk said that. I really do understand. I don't know if he said 3,000 exactly, but he's talking about a pretty decent amount of money to go in and watch Shakur main event somewhere. I do understand where he's coming from because Shakur isn't the most explosive fighter. He's a beautiful fighter when it comes to like the sport of boxing. I mean, he really shows the sweet science of it. But, would you pay big money to see a Shakur main event? I know him and Ocho were kind of going back and forth. Yes, he would. He's a talented fighter. I get all those points. I personally don't know if I would spend a big bag to watch Shakur Stevenson main event. And that is no hate towards Shakur Stevenson. That's just me being a little bit honest. I'll throw that question out to you guys as well in the comment section. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions and thoughts. Would you pay a decent amount of money to see a Shakur Stevenson main event? I mean, if it's against like a Gervonta Davis, I absolutely would, because that's going to be fireworks written all over it. But if it's against like another guy like Conor Benn, would you? I don't know. I'll just throw that out to you guys. Let's keep it going. Let's go over some fights that happened tonight in this card right here. Starting off with Keyshawn Davis back in the win column right here. Look, it was a beautiful performance by Keyshawn Davis. If obviously we had the eye issue right here with his opponent, excuse me, I had to burp, had to let that one out. If that issue had occurred in round 8, round 7, they probably would have stopped that fight. It wouldn't probably have continued. They gave him the benefit of the doubt in round 12. If it was round 7, round 8, they probably would have stopped it. Glad to see Keyshawn back in the ring. Glad to see him picking up a huge W. Hope to see him, have a great fight in his next one. I do feel like this one really wasn't the most challenging fight for Keyshawn. Regardless, huge W. Getting that stoppage, no matter which way you look at it, is a W in the books for Keyshawn. So hope to see him back in the ring very soon. Maybe June, July, August, around that time. I can see seeing Keyshawn healthy and active. That's the important thing. Let's move on to Shakur Carrington, man. Bro, he slept this guy cold, man. He gave him that combination. The guy, I was watching the fights with my guy JV and my guy Greg. We were watching these fights together, and we saw this combination. It looked like when Castro was going down, he was looking up. He was like, man, God help me the way I'm going to hit this canvas right now. And truly it wasn't that case because Shakur hit him with the combination of like, yeah, bro, you're not getting up. You're not winning this fight. And there was a moment Shakur actually got stunned in this fight. I think it was round 2 or round 4. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was round 4, though. I think it was round 4. He got stunned. He got hit in his equilibrium right here. And that kind of stuns you. It kind of moves you into, oh, man, are my legs still underneath me? Where am I at? But he recovered fairly well. And afterwards, round 6, round 7. And until he finished him, he really took over this fight. It looked like Shakur Carrington was obviously the better fighter other than the little moments that Castro did have. Congrats to Shakur Carrington picking up the big W right here. Also, his Yankee gear. I know JV really did appreciate that. His Yankee gear was mad tough. I ain't gonna lie, mad tough. So props to him. Obviously, it's a hometown win for him from Brownsville in New York. So congratulations to Shakur Carrington picking up a decisive win via knockout. And to finish off the video, we got to talk about this moment right here. We talk about funny moments of the night. This has to be the most funny moment of the night right here. A moment of silence to the toupee of Big Baby Miller. Bro, my gosh. Hold up. I gotta fix the angle right here. Guys. Give me one moment. Right here. Hold up. I gotta bring it up right here. Yeah, I mean, guys, what is this right here? What is this right here? I can't believe it went down like this because I was watching the fight and I saw the little piece that came off right here first, and I was like, no way. And as soon as I saw this flapping back, I was like, bro, ain't no way it's gonna happen. He just took it off during the rounds, during the break, bro. He threw it to the crowd. The toupee was getting passed around the crowd, bro. I couldn't contain my laughter. I was rolling. Me, Greg, and JV were in We were dying. We couldn't believe it. JB went to the bathroom when he still had his hair, and when he came back, his hair was gone. And you know what? He did win this fight. Big Baby Miller did win this fight, so congratulations to him. Because if he would have lost a fight like this afterwards, that wouldn't have been a good look. That wouldn't have been good luck whatsoever. Regardless, good win by Big Baby Miller. I had to talk about this moment right here, even though it's not all that. It was a funny ass moment on Twitter, especially. They were cooking Big Baby Miller, but get the win, and they kind of forget about it. Look, I'll throw it out to you guys. What did you guys think about this fight night between Shakur and Teofimo, the main card and everything that has to do with it? Even the prelims, if you want to get into that, let me know in the comment section. Sorry about, like I said, if I sound a little bit under the weather, a little bit congested. But till then, we'll catch you guys on the next one. We'll see you guys later. Peace.